That's right. You have entered the Holy Goofs Noodling Out Oscars 2024 edition. We're going to be talking about the upcoming Oscars. We're going to be getting into Oscar snubs over the years. We're going to get into overrated movies of this year, best movies of this year, our predictions for the Oscars.
The format's very simple for Noodled Out. It's something we made up, no one else does. We have a list of topics. We set a timer. We run through them. We always honor the time. We never go over the time. And we made it up completely. What do we have up first here, buddy?
Guys, what is the most overrated movie of 2023?
My nomination for most overrated movie of 2023 is Oppenheimer. It tries to do too many different things. It doesn't have a cohesive vision about what story it's trying to tell. It splits apart. It's basically two different movies. I think Robert Downey Jr.'s performance, while good, isn't even Oscar worthy in my opinion. I thought some of the dialogue, especially surrounding his character, and especially the big when he gets his comeuppance at the end, I felt was very cheesy. Oppenheimer, overrated.
Hot take Josh.
I said what I said.
I'll preface this by saying, obviously, I have not seen every movie that's going to be that's nominated for the Oscars this year. There was a couple I still got to get into. Just watched Poor Things last night, loved it. But as I was looking through the list for tonight, I have to agree, it's probably Oppenheimer. But it's probably Oppenheimer of the ones that I've seen. Now, I did enjoy Oppenheimer, but I will say it's overrated because it's just so highly rated. It's not going to live up to that hype. I think, in my opinion, it's too hype. So, yeah, I agree with everything you say. I think it could have been about an hour shorter. I think the ending with Robert Downey Jr. is way too overhyped. Didn't enjoy it as much as I did the first half of the film. So, yeah, I'll go with that one. But I would say my second one, if it's not Oppenheimer, would be Maestro, which I think is complete Oscar bait. Definitely not as good as a movie as Oppenheimer. I think it ended poorly. They didn't really know what they were doing with it. I think Bradley Cooper definitely did a wonderful job portraying the character, but it felt like a documentary, or it could have been a better documentary. Carey Mulligan definitely carried it. There were some good scenes, but I felt like I was left wanting more answers about who Bernstein really was. Needed to be fleshed out a bit more.
All right. Let me just get my flame retardant suit on, because Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 was the most overrated movie of 2023. Now, Did I like the movie? Hell yes. Was it the best Marvel film of the year? Hell yes. But it's the worst of the Guardians movies. The biggest issue, number one, the whole thing's about Rocket, and he's in a coma for 80% of the movie. He doesn't do anything for most of the movie until the end. We experience everything in his flashbacks. He is not even the one that makes the decision to go to what's his face, like the villain of the movie. Like, it's Peter that makes the decision for Rocket. Rocket should have made that decision. It would have made it so much more powerful. Another reason that movie is overrated is Adam Warlock, man. Like, he's one character too many. He's fine, but he's squeezed into that movie, and he gets less than he should. But then so does Drax and Kraglin. Like, both of their storylines, like, heavily suffered. Kraglin has like 2 scenes, and then he comes back and he's like, I have a character arc. And then the whole thing with Drax being like, I'm a dad, is like, it's good, it's sweet, but it felt like it could have been refined and it could have been stronger, because like they really play up the whole him being an idiot. Out of the 3 movies, that one probably had the most amount of jokes that like did not land for me. I still enjoyed it. I still think it's a very good movie, and it's a good solid end to the trilogy, but it's like there's these, I'm like, it was so close to perfection.
Couldn't disagree more. I think it's probably a top 5 Marvel movie, and I think that the emotion from that movie alone,
which it does really good with.
Dude, I don't know how you could say it's not better than the other 2. It's better, way better than the first one.
Dude.
Time's up, and we're moving on.
No.
This category is most overlooked actor.
Most overlooked actor, guys. Actors you're shocked have never won an Oscar.
A bit of a stretch, because none of his movies, I could see why none of the movies that he's been in were nominated for something like Best Picture, but I am surprised he's never even gotten close to a Best Actor, and that's Jake Gyllenhaal. You know, he's put out some great stuff from the beginning of his career on. October Sky, Donnie Darko, Brokeback Mountain, Brothers, Prisoners, Nightcrawler. I mean, he could really act.
And that's the point of the question. It's one of those that you just assume he doesn't have one yet.
Yeah,
but I get it. At least supporting, you know. I have a couple, but my main one is Jesse Plemons, and I think it's coming. Jesse Plemons, I don't think has been in a bad movie aside from like Max Keeble's big move when he was younger. But I think that, I mean, while I haven't seen Power of the Dog. That one got a lot of Oscar acclaim. Thinking of Ending Things, Windfall. I know he wasn't huge in Judas and the Black Messiah, but like I think it's mostly because he hasn't taken that one lead role yet, necessarily. But I think he'll get there. I think that's coming. That's down the pipe for him. Another one for me is Amy Adams.
Really?
She's been in a lot of incredible things. Arrival, American Hustle, Her, but she's so good. Bill Murray is another one for me. Lost in Translation in 2004 was the closest he's gotten, but he's so incredible that it's just surprising, and acting for so long that it's just surprising to me.
Mine's a biggie, and I was actually surprised by this. Willem Dafoe.
Oh,
yeah.
Wow.
Just like, what the fuck, man?
Yeah,
that's
fucked
crazy.
Like, in literally everything, single thing he's in, he makes such big swings with his choices too.
Oh my gosh. Well, he just got his Hollywood star, so maybe it's coming.
So, yeah.
Damn.
Let's do biggest Oscar snub in history and who should have been in the Oscars this year.
My historical snub is Uncut Gems, and Adam Sandler specifically for it. Wasn't nominated for anything. Now, there were some really great movies that year, but the fact that Uncut Gems wasn't nominated at all, that's a huge snub, because that movie's brilliant. And I get that it's not everyone's cup of tea, but it's like just such a beautifully shot movie. Adam Sandler is incredible in it. It's well written. It's an interesting story. That's wild to me.
I agree.
Beau was Afraid.
Yeah, Beau was Afraid.
Beau was Afraid was one of the best films of the year.
My two big ones are probably, and you guys know how I feel about Forrest Gump. I have some issues with it, but the fact that it beat Shawshank Redemption is just another big issue that I have with it. Shawshank getting snubbed.
Shawshank is a perfect movie.
Yeah, and for Best Picture. And while Forrest Gump is good, I think, like Oppenheimer, might be prisoner of the hype of that moment. Also, shout out to John Hughes, who never won an Oscar, and he's like the guy who made all those incredible 80s movies, The Breakfast Club, Pretty in Pink, Ferris Bueller. It's just shocked that none of those won anything. Obviously, The Iron Claw. The Iron Claw didn't get nominated for anything, which was a shock to me. So that's my stuff for 2024.
My historical one is kind of like a personal one. When the first of the newest David Gordon Green Halloween trilogy came out, the Halloween 2018 kind of thing, dude, John Carpenter coming back to score that movie was such a historical moment. And the score for all three of them, really, but the score specifically for that first film is so fucking good. And I was just livid that it didn't get any, like, not even a nomination. It wasn't even on, like, the list at all. Like, to be nominated, like, nothing. I was just so mad. But my original thought was, like, this year, biggest Oscar snub. And that's Godzilla -1. It got nominated for one Oscar, and it's a technical Oscar, and I'm pissed. Because that movie deserves to be nominated in fucking almost every single category.
Yeah,
like it is seriously a tour de force. It deserves so much more than just a technical nod, like for real.
Yeah. This is the big one, guys. This is 2024 Oscar predictions. Now we're gonna do 3 categories: Best Actor, Best Actress, and Best Picture. Who you think will win, or what you think will win, and what you want to win.
Best Actor, I think who I want to win and who I think will win are the same, and that's Cillian Murphy. While I don't love Oppenheimer as much as other people love Oppenheimer, his performance is like undeniably incredible. And if you see footage of, the real Oppenheimer, he really put everything into it. I think he deserves it. Cillian Murphy probably will win, and I think should.
And the Oscar goes to Cillian Murphy.
Best Actress, though, is way harder because of really good Best Actress nominations this year. You have Lily Gladstone, the woman from Anatomy of a Fall. I'm blanking on her name right now. But for me, it's Emma Stone, and I think she's going to win it. I think what she did in Poor Things is so groundbreaking. It's a weird enough movie that I think Hollywood is going to really love it. So I could see her winning.
And the Oscar goes to Emma Stone.
Best Picture, for me, I could go either Anatomy of a Fall or Poor Things. I think Poor Things is my favorite. But what will win will be Oppenheimer. And I think that's just what it is.
And my eyes see Oppenheimer. Yes. Yes.
Biggest shock of the night, Mark Ruffalo winning Best Supporting over Robert Downey Jr. I want that to happen. Do I think it's going to happen? Probably not, but he deserves it.
Robert Downey Jr.
So my predictions for Best Actor, I believe that Cillian Murphy will win.
Cillian Murphy.
I want Paul Giamatti to win. I think he was incredible in The Holdovers. I know it's not going to happen. Cillian and Oppenheimer were way too big, but Paul Giamatti did an incredible performance in The Holdovers. Cillian was good. I just feel like, is it really that hard to do the Oppenheimer thing?
All right. Okay.
It doesn't really emote that guy. You know what I mean? It's just pretty, it's just, you know.
Cillian Murphy.
Best Actress, man, I was 100% sure about this until last night when I saw Poor Things. I think Emma Stone will win. She's very deserving to win. She's incredible in Poor Things. I want Lily Gladstone to win because I would like her to be the first Native American female actress to win an Oscar. But I don't think it's happening. Emma Stone is just too good in that. And also Lily's character definitely didn't have as much to do in that movie than Emma Stone did. She had to do it all.
One of my problems with it.
I would be happy if Lily got it, because Killers is a really good movie, one of my favorites of the year, and she did a great job. Best Picture, Oppenheimer will win. I have no doubt about it. I want Poor Things to win.
Yeah,
I think it was
really
the best movie of the year all around. I think, you know what? I think the biggest snub is Barbie will not win as much as it was predicted for them to win after it came out, especially after Greta Gerwig does not get a nod for Best Director, and I feel like it was kind of a toss-in for Best Picture after that. It's deserving. It's incredible. She did a fantastic job turning nothing into something incredible. And when I say nothing, I just mean a doll. There's no character you're building off of. I think the upset, unfortunately, is the Barbie snub. That'll be the news Monday morning.
I gotta agree with that one. I agree with that one and claim that as my own as well. I do think,
and me too.
I do think, sadly, I think Barbie's gonna get snubbed more than it should. So, Cillian Murphy's obviously gonna win best actor.
Cillian Murphy.
But I'm pissed because another reason that Godzilla -1 should have gotten another nom is for, I'm gonna butcher this name, Ryunosuke Kamiki. The lead actor from Godzilla -1, like, he was just so incredible in that movie.
He was
so good.
Carried
so much emotion in that movie. For Best Actress, I haven't even seen Poor Things, but from everything from it that I've seen, I just have a feeling it's probably gonna be Emma Stone. Which is a shame, because I think it should have been Dakota Johnson for her performance in Madam Web. I mean, it's a real shame that she wasn't nominated. That's my opinion. I mean, the way she looked into the future a couple times, and then the way she hit that guy with the ambulance. That was
the range.
Best Picture. Oppenheimer's gonna take it, but like I mentioned earlier, Godzilla -1 should have been nominated.
You're right. You're correct. Overall, though, great year for movies. Even my nitpick on Oppenheimer, still a fantastic movie. Killers of the Flower Moon, same. I can nitpick it, but an incredible movie. This was some really good stuff this year.
We got a lot of awesome variety too.
Yeah,
a lot.
There were some really good, just fun movies, and then there were movies like Oppenheimer and Killers, like Returns of the Masters, and then you had you had one of the best satires of the past decade with Barbie. Yeah. You had Godzilla coming back to true roots.
You got your great foreign films, Anatomy of the Fall, Godzilla -1. Yeah, they brought it. And good long movies. I didn't realize that last night when we were watching Poor Things, how long it was. I was like, this is over 2 hours long. Good. Yeah. And Killers 2, and same with Oppenheimer.
Same with Madam Web. That was, no.
No.
Like an eternity.
Also, I want to shout out, this is kind of a snub in my mind, but Spider-Verse, one of the finest animated movies of all time, came out this year as well. And I think deserved a Best Picture nomination.
Absolutely. And another snub, don't be surprised if Boy and the Heron beats it for Best Animated Film. I will be upset, but I'm not going to be surprised. I've already thought about this in my head that they're going to try to give it to Boy and the Heron for like...
Probably.
Yeah, they'll give him his Lifetime Achievement Award.
Lifetime, yeah.
Well, that's been the Oscars 2024. The Holy Goofs goes to the Oscars. Noodles to the goes to Oscars.
The Holy Goofs go to the Oscars.